wish that I would have started off with the pros, like looking into what they do, how they go about things. Reading is a big deal for me in this regard, because after I started reading a lot of interior design books is when I started to get a different frame of mind and perspective, and how things kind of start to build off, and how they build off of one another. What's up my YouTube people? Welcome back to Chez Jaclyn. I'm Jaclyn. Today I am diving into my interior design, renovation, remodel regrets. Who loves regrets? I feel like they teach us a lesson, but also they suck at the same time. So you tell me. Hopefully you'll be able to avoid the mistakes that I made. So let's get into it. So I made me a little list, because there's quite a lot of things that I regret and I would do differently had I given the chance. I feel like I did it backwards. I picked all the things that I liked and then tried to jumble them together, and I'm just like, somehow this doesn't make sense. I don't know in what world and what reality I was living in I just thought that it was just gonna all magically come together. The trends, I feel like I was quickly making decisions based on trends, and at the time, gray floors were like the thing. And I remember during this time, I hated brown. I hated brown floors, just floors. Everything brown, I hated it. After reading one of the interior design books that are on that list that I mentioned you in my other video, I realized that this is not really, that sort of look is not really in a home, and it's not really in the home that I was trying to build for myself. So that's when the regret really started to settle in. Into some of the books that helped me find my way. I will link that here or down below. At your leisure, you can watch as you please. I was in the mindset of like, I just want to get it all. I just want to get it all done, like quick, boom, 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 boom. And I wish that I would have like practiced patience and like kind of slowing it down, really thinking about being more intentional about what I wanted and how I wanted things to look. Stuck to space per space and finishing that space first before moving on to the next. It cluttered my mind, it cluttered my mental. Having too many projects all at once was just overwhelming, and thinking about, okay, well, this has got to get done, this has got to get done, and I want to plan this and this. It sucked the creativity out of me, because my environment was just like nails and like OSB flooring and like ugly painted walls, and it was just bare. It was just awful. Cleaning, a lot of dust in the air and debris, and having to walk around with shoes everywhere. And I feel like when you don't practice patience, you rush decisions or choices, and then you later regret, like, oh man, like maybe I should have given that more thought. Ooh, a touchy subject this one is. Are we gonna talk about this? Yes, ma'am, we are. So I am not like the most like pristine person to tell you like stick to your budget and like follow the rules, because I tend to bend them and sometimes break them. Had I stuck to my budget, or at least had the restraint to be like, okay, well, this doesn't fit in my budget, let's pause on this, which is practicing patience, what I said. Let me save a little bit more so I can get what I do actually want, instead of settling for what I'm just like mediocrely like okay with. I blew my budget and I went over, and then other things had to sacrifice down the line. At the end, when it's all said and done, you have what you wanted, you sacrificed, and you, by pausing the project and then saving and then getting that thing that you really wanted. And then I feel like when you go back and reflect on it, you're like, yeah, like I know I earned that because I waited, or yeah, I know I earned that because I sacrificed this other thing to have this. Maybe I could have thought of that a little more. Thinking about the hard things that aren't easily changeable, really taking the time to practice patience, have a clear vision. Considering your budget is gonna save you the heartache down the line when you're gonna have to like sacrifice something, or something wasn't measuring up to your original vision or how you thought things would be. Also thinking about your everyday lifestyle, how you actually live versus how you want to live, and improve upon that by making things to how you already live like, and just add to that to help improve it, to make it more efficient, to make it more useful to you specifically. How you want the space to feel and how you want the vibe to feel is going to be influenced by and will help with if you do mood boards. And this is something that I did not do, that I totally regret not doing. Even if it's just pictures like side by side, does this look good with this, or like getting samples. I also had been using this other thing called Milano. I know that a lot of people on here use Milano, and I literally built my own house and like own projects within the house, and I started layering like things together. But Pinterest helps a lot, mostly Pinterest, I would say. I feel like sometimes when we just give over our trust to the professional just because they're a professional and they've like earned that title or whatever, you give yourself permission to not pay attention or to not do your due diligence because you're just so trusting that they're the professionals, they got it, they should do it. And for the most part, like, they should. But also, do your own research and have your own level of understanding so that you know what you're going into. You know how the thing is supposed to be built. You know how the thing is supposed to be made. You know what materials they're using. You know which brands from those materials that they're using, because all of that stuff is important, especially when it comes to your home or whatever space that you're doing. That I could not stress more. That is just so, so, so important. Now I'm just like skeptical of everyone. Like, are you building it right? Who do you use? What materials is that? What brands do you use? I feel like I put my trust, and I was ignorant at the time, in the wrong hands, and I feel like people just kind of like do whatever because you don't know. And I did not know. I wasn't able to ask the important questions because I didn't know. Because you don't know what you don't know until you know, and now you can't unknow. Does that make any sense at all? That is my time, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I've educated you guys in some way to save yourself some heartache, to save yourself some grief, into getting things done right. And at the end, you are in love with the final product. And I will check you guys in the next one. Bye.